Just trying to survive and learn to love along the way by Foreplay on AO3. Episode 57, Chapter 57 of Panic and Secrets Revealed. Sho, I need you to listen to me. You have to breathe. He's trying. He really is. But it's so hard to focus on breathing when all he could see is the training room floor. Rough hands made their way from fire, touching his face, and Shoto nearly flinches back. Nearly. His father's hands don't feel like this. He doesn't get pain from his fire. Only Touya does. So Shoto opens his eyes and focuses on the scarred face of his older brother instead of the training room floor. His breathing slowly evens out, and he reaches up to grab his brother's hands. Not to move them, but to simply hold them. Touya! Shoto almost laughs when he sees his brother roll his eyes at Endeavor's tone. Get away from him. I don't want a villain touching my son. Then maybe you should stay away, Endeavor. Shoto can see how angry Endeavor gets at the comment. Literally, the room shoots up in temperature, making Shoto uncomfortable, even though half of his quirk is fire. He wants to leave. Needs to, even. But there's one thing he needs to know first. Why? His voice comes out quiet, but he knows that both of the other people in the room heard him. Touya studies him for a long moment before answering. I had no choice. They found out my real identity. Wouldn't they have stayed away then, instead of recruiting the son of the number 2 hero? Touya just shakes his head at him. They threatened you and Fuyumi and Natsuo. They had people following you guys. I know they weren't lying, because they periodically sent me pictures. It's how I found out what Mom did to you. Shoto had to stop himself from covering the scar on his face. I didn't want to hurt and kill your friends, but they had some invisible bitch following me too. They'd report if I didn't comply. And it would be bye-bye, little Sho. That's awful. I can't believe... Well, neither can I. Seems awfully convenient, doesn't it? Endeavor cuts him off, but Touya refuses to look in his direction. You should probably get back to school, Sho. Looking reluctant, Touya removes his hands from Shota's face and stands up. Listen, I won't talk to Endeavor Whore, but I'll talk to that teacher of yours. Eraserhead, was it? He seems nice. You could bring along that detective of his, too. As he's speaking, Touya holds out his hand for him. Shoto takes it. He's pulled to his feet, and Touya walks into the door, giving Endeavor a wide berth. Normally, Shoto wouldn't walk so far, but after today, he's more than happy with the distance. He just turns the doorknob when Touya speaks up again. Hey, Sho. Can you tell your friends I'm sorry? I really didn't want to hurt them. Shoto just nods at him, at loss for words. Shoto, don't tell anyone what happened here. He ignores his father. Bye, Touya. He leaves the room without a word to Endeavor, and Speed walks down the hallway. As soon as he gets his possessions back from the guard, he pulls out his phone and calls the only person he can think to. Eraserhead? Hey, Aizawa-sensei. Can you come pick me up? There's a pause on the other end of the line, but Aizawa-sensei must be picking something up in his tone, because he doesn't ask why. Alright, kid. I'll be there soon. True to his word, Aizawa-sensei is there within half an hour. Shoto climbs into the car seat, giving his teacher a small smile. It's all he can manage right now. Want to tell me what happened, kid? Shoto hesitates before answering. He knows he has to tell his teacher, but he'd like to wait a little longer. Can we wait until we're back at school? I need to sort through my thoughts. Of course we can. Aizawa-sensei's easy acceptance is a relief. Shoto spends the whole drive going over everything that just happened, trying to figure out how he's going to explain it all to his teacher. It won't be easy, that's for sure. Once they get back to the school, they go through the back entrance of the dorms that Shoto didn't know exist. Aizawa-sensei leads him straight to his personal room and directs him to the couch before disappearing down the hall. He reappears a few minutes later, carrying a mug of what Shoto hopes is hot chocolate and a cozy-looking blanket. He hands them both over and sits in the armchair across from him, silent, as Shouta gets comfortable. You've known Endeavor for a while, right, Sensei? His teacher raises a brow at the use of his father's hero name, but doesn't comment on it. Professionally, yes, but I've only known him personally for a few years. Sashi insisted that I needed more friends. So then, you know that he wasn't always like this. Like what? Aizawa-sensei speaks slowly, as if he doesn't want the answer. Shouta doesn't particularly want to give one either, so he takes a sip from his mug, and is pleased that it is hot chocolate, that Izuku has boasted about many times. There are only so many sips he could take before it gets awkward, so Shouta decides he should answer sooner rather than later. Kind. Did something happen at the prison? Shouta knows that his teacher knows. He can tell by the look in his eyes, but he also knows that his teacher will probably make him say it. Yes. Aizawa-sensei gets up from his chair and moves over to the coffee table that was in between them. He speaks in a low, quiet voice when he asks this question. Todoroki, did Endeavor hurt you? No. Shouta hesitates before adding on. Well, he grabbed my arm pretty roughly. It still kinda hurts. The expression Aizawa-sensei wears can only be described as sad. Can I see? Shouta slides the blanket off his shoulders before pulling off the suit jacket he's still wearing from this morning. Underneath, he's only ever worn a short-sleeved shirt, so it's easy to roll it up and reveal the giant handprint on his bicep, already bruising. His teacher inspects it closely before sitting back with a sigh. I'm assuming this isn't the first time he's done this. It's been a while. He got therapy and stopped. But obviously there are still issues there. Do you know why he hurt you this time? He was frustrated. Touya would only talk to me, so he wanted me to ask all sorts of questions. When I refused, he got angry. Touya went out of his way to protect me, but I doubt that changes Endeavor's mind about me. I take it he's not your brother's biggest fan. Shouta laughs a little at that. That's an understatement. They sit in silence for a few moments, Shouta sipping on his cooling hot chocolate. I think you should talk to him. Aizawa-sensei gives him a confused look before speaking up. Endeavor. No. Touya. And why is that? He said he'll talk to you, and that you can bring that detective with you so we know he's not lying. Shouta really wants his teacher to bring the detective. He believes Touya, and the detective being there will force everyone to believe him as well. Is that all your brother had to say? He told me about why he's a villain, but I think you should hear it from him. Make sure you ask about the pictures and the person following him. Aizawa-sensei frowns at him, but he doesn't ask about his suggestions. Depending on how it goes, we may be able to be lenient with him. Would you want that? I don't know. Touya has always protected me, even just now in the prison. So, I want to say yes. But he also killed a classmate, no matter how much he didn't want to. They both fall silent. Shouta doesn't have anything else to say to his teacher, but he doesn't exactly want to see his classmates right now. To get to his room from here, he'll have to pass the common room, where some of his class is most likely camped out. Hey, Aizawa-sensei. His teacher hums at him, which Shouta takes as an indication to continue. Will I be able to stay here for a bit? I don't want to see anyone else right now. Aizawa-sensei's expressions betrays nothing, so Shouta prepares himself to leave when he's silent for too long. Of course you can. Shouta smiles gratefully at him before burying himself further into the couch. He's so exhausted from today. First the funeral, then Endeavor, and the prison, and a panic attack, and then explaining everything to his teacher. It's no wonder he falls asleep. Okay, on topic of this chapter and all that, which first of all, okay, Dabi didn't do it because Dabi wanted a revenge. Dabi did it because Dabi was forced. interesting. I actually like this concept. I really do like this concept. This is a really interesting concept. Again, this was before the whole Dabi reveal. So at least I know in show-wise. I don't know manga-wise. I think it also was before, so. But for the most part, this is interesting. I mean, we all knew. We all knew. We all knew. We all knew. It was no secret. Like, we all knew. We knew it. We sniffed it out. And I love that. But, moving on. I really found it interesting with the Touya thing. I really want to see where Foreplay is gonna, you know, take this and roll with it or not. Like, what are you gonna do, Floor? You gonna, you know, I'm excited for that. But on to the last bit of it, which was Todoroki, you know, just passing out, right? Yeah, that happens after a really emotional episode, or not episode, but really emotional day. You know, I don't know if you've ever had like panic attacks, like any of you guys. If you have, you know how exhausting it is afterwards, how absolutely drained you are. Imagine that, plus the fact that when you actually started to calm down, you were still in the environment that gave you a panic attack, risking another panic attack. I once had 2 panic attacks within the same hour. That shit was exhausting. That shit was draining. I wanted to off myself. I'm joking. I didn't necessarily want to do that, but I felt shitty and I kind of wanted to sleep for like 100 years. Literally, I just wanted to lay my head down, close my eyes, and not wake up for another 2 centuries. You know? I wanted to have a good rest. That was not the best rest. I slept for like, I think, since it was like the weekend afterwards, I slept like 16, 17 hours, and I was still dead the next day. Or, you know, yeah, the next day. I'm like, did I wake up the next day? I woke up the next day, but let's be honest, we were a couple hours away from it becoming the day after, if you get what I mean. Like, I woke up like really late, and I was still tired. Because emotions like that, especially panic attacks, or just having a really bad day, you become tired, right? Because that's just how the body reacts. As I've mentioned before, the body tends to make your emotional pain into physical pain, right? Think about how when you're stressed, you have not the aneurysm. Is it aneurysms? Or gray hairs. That's another example. How when you're really sad, obviously your eyes hurting is from the crying and stuff like that, but like when you're really sad, like you're depressed, maybe you're having a depressive week or a depressive month, or maybe you have like a depressive disorder and you're currently going through like a really rough patch, your body feels achy, your body feels horrid, your body is tired. And I wish more people understood that emotional pain a lot of the times can weigh a lot on the physical body. So I really hate when people are like, oh, what do you have to be, you know, tired about? All you did was mope around all day. Yeah, that is tiring. That is exhausting, right? That is exhausting. I think I once had someone, I just had a panic attack, and then the person was, I think I casually mentioned the fact that I wanted to sleep for like a century, or not a century, but I really wanted to sleep for like a while. I just wanted to pass the fuck out because I was so tired, right? And I remember the person went, literally they told me, what do you have tired to be, like, what do you have to be tired about? Didn't you mention about the fact that you had a wonderful sleep? Like, I barely even slept, and I had to go to the gym, I had to do this, I had to go to work, blah, 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 blah. Like, what do you have to be tired about? I just had a panic attack. Yeah, and I just had a panic attack. Panic attacks make you sleepy-eepy, right? It makes you want to go memes, all right? It makes you want to just lay in bed and not do a thing because your body is tired. Or maybe it's not even to the point where your body's tired. Sometimes you're just emotionally tired and that starts to affect your physical body. There's physical tiredness, emotional tiredness, and then I love when both come on. you know, both emotionally and physically tired. This is sarcasm. I do not like it. It is horrid. But yeah. So I hate when people say that. I really do. But yeah, Shoto passing out after a panic attack. Mood. You and me, we're twins. We be twinning. Every time after like a really big panic attack, I just fall the fuck asleep. The second my head hits the bed, I fall fast asleep. It is literally the only sleeping method that, you know, works 100% of the time. Although I do not recommend it. As always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.